What if I told you that everything you think you know about meditation is only part of the story? What if the key to accessing other realities isn't just in your mind, but actually in your body, and not even the whole body, just one special bone? An ancient, almost forgotten bone that old cultures respected deeply, without even needing words. And you probably don't even notice it. This isn't just another mystical tale. It's a real discovery. We're going to dive into a practice that's powerful, but overlooked. It's not about imagining things, sitting still, or waiting for silence. It's about moving your body in a way that opens portals. Yes, portals, because some movements don't just stretch your muscles, they bring back old memories. The bone I'm talking about was called the throne of the soul by ancient people. It's in your spine, but it's different from the rest. It's strong and solid like a sacred stone, but it also holds a fire that never dies. Ancient cultures didn't learn this from books. They found it through dances, ritual walks, quiet moments under the moon, and ceremonies where the soul wasn't talked about but deeply felt. In this first part, I'll take you to the edge of that knowledge. We'll explore the mystery of this bone. I'll share how I discovered it, how I felt it come alive in me, and why I believe this small physical gateway can completely change how you see the world. True spirituality isn't about rising up or escaping your body. It's about sinking in so deeply that the boundary between worlds feels thin. That's what the ancients did. They didn't meditate in the usual way. They moved this bone and stepped through. You're about to learn which bone this is, why moving it is a secret key, and how you can start experiencing it yourself. But first, we'll go back to the roots. Caves, myths, and the bodies of wise ones who danced without thinking, letting their bodies guide them beyond what's visible. Get ready. What you're about to hear isn't a new technique. It's an ancient truth, an echo that's been inside you all along, and now it's starting to stir. In ancient cultures, wisdom wasn't written down, but passed through the body. There was sacred knowledge that vanished when reason became the only way to understand things. This knowledge wasn't about words or rules. It lived in the body's memory, in the silent language of bones, gestures, and breath. Among all the body's parts, one bone was the most sacred, the sacrum. It's no accident that its name still carries the word sacred. This triangular bone at the base of your spine connects you to the earth and the sky. Ancient people saw it as the anchor of life energy, the spot where consciousness could awaken, not through thinking, but through movement. And not just any movement, but intentional, ritual movement full of vibration. In African traditions, wise elders, who could travel between worlds, performed spiral dances that shook the base of the spine. They didn't dance just for art. They danced to open inner portals. Those vibrations sparked something powerful, energy rising like an ancient flame, waking up hidden senses. In Mesoamerica, the practice of Nahualism taught that certain devoted movements reactivated an original code in the body. Even without Western anatomy terms, they knew everything started from the base, the place they called the throne of the spirit. They didn't do yoga poses or sit in silence. They moved the body's core. Even in ancient Egypt, the art of resurrection wasn't just spiritual. Funeral rituals focused on the spine and its base, believing the soul returned through the Jed pillar, a symbol of life's axis deeply connected to the sacrum and its upward energy. What really needs to stay upright isn't the body itself, it's your consciousness. In some old medieval traditions, alchemists called the sacrum the crucible of spirit in flesh. They believed a serpent of remembrance lived there, not a scary demon like later religion said, but a symbol of ancient energy. When this energy wakes up, it gives you clear vision, strength, and a direct connection to hidden realities. But why don't we hear about this anymore? If it's so important, why did it get forgotten? Because the idea of the body as a temple was pushed aside. Because knowing you have a natural way to expand your awareness doesn't fit with systems that want to control you. If you can access other realities directly without rules or middlemen, then you're truly free. The sacrum, that forgotten bone, holds that power to set you free from the inside. Moving it isn't just exercise, it's like alchemy in motion. This is where spirituality becomes real, where practice turns into ritual, and where the body stops feeling like a cage and shows itself as a gateway. Imagine your body is more than just flesh and bones. It's a sacred structure, not just a container, but a tool. Every joint, every bone, every vibration works like a part in a cosmic machine. Now imagine there's a forgotten control center inside you, a place that can turn on your life energy and let you cross between the visible and invisible worlds. That place is the sacrum, and moving it with awareness isn't gymnastics. It's a ritual. Ancient wisdom says the sacrum is like a vibrational key. When it's activated, it sends out a special frequency that wakes up sleeping paths in your nervous system, lights up parts of the brain usually off, and changes how your mind sees reality. This isn't fantasy, it's about expanding what you can perceive. Most people live stuck in their head, caught in thoughts and judgments. Some reach their heart, but very few go down to the sacrum. Why go down there? Because the energy that rises up doesn't start in the mind. It starts at the root. The sacrum is like a primal drum. When it moves, it sets the rhythm for an energetic symphony that climbs your spine, flows through your chakras, and reaches the crown of your head. But here's the secret. Without waking up the drum, there's no symphony. So how do you move the sacrum? It's not about shaking it hard or doing strict exercises. The movement is soft and flowing, circular, like drawing invisible spirals with your hips. Ancient dances knew this. The hips weren't moving just for sensual reasons. They were moving to awaken something deep inside. Every movement of the pelvis sends a pulse to the sacrum. When that pulse keeps going steady and aware, the bone starts to vibrate. You don't feel this as a shake or tremor. It's more subtle. It feels like an expanding warmth inside, like something is stirring in the foundation of your being. That's when your body starts to remember, not ideas or facts, but how it really feels to be alive from your core. And it doesn't stop there. If you keep doing the movement gently and with focus, you'll notice changes in your breathing, your mental state, and how you experience space around you. Time seems to slow down. Your attention becomes naturally present. And if you stick with it, something even deeper happens. Reality begins to open up. People who practice this say that after just a few minutes of moving their sacrum consciously, they start to notice things outside normal experience. Inner lights that don't come from outside, faint sounds inside their head, a deep feeling of oneness with everything, and sometimes sudden visions, ancient memories, or brief glimpses into other states of consciousness. This isn't about controlling or managing something. It's about tuning into a certain kind of vibration. The key thing to understand is that you're not creating something new. You're clearing away what's blocking you. You're waking up a part of yourself that's been forgotten. The sacrum, the bone at the base of your spine, is like the soul's sacred drum. When you move it with awareness, it sets your whole body into motion, like it's dancing. Once that sacrum starts vibrating and spreading energy, your entire body shifts into a special state that ancient cultures called the threshold. This isn't about zoning out or just relaxing. It's a deep change in how you experience things. In this state, the boundary between inside and outside, between what's real and what's symbolic, starts to fade. What opens up here isn't just energy, it's like a gateway. But this gateway doesn't lead somewhere beyond, like some religions say. It leads to a kind of dimension that exists alongside our usual reality, always there but usually out of reach. Ancient wisdom keepers, whether they were priestesses, Toltec shamans, or druids, knew that activating the sacrum was serious. It's not just about energy waking up, but a kind of memory from beyond this world. The body remembers things the mind can't understand. Places you never physically went, knowledge you never learned, and symbols that come alive. People often describe meeting beings of light, seeing moving symbols or patterns, or feeling connected to a greater intelligence that doesn't speak but teaches just by being there. In these moments, something big happens. Your sense of self starts to change. You don't lose yourself, but the usual you, your name, your story, your ego feels tiny, like a spark compared to the sun. What comes up instead is pure awareness, the eternal observer inside you. But this is where wisdom is important. Moving your sacrum without preparation or grounding can open more than you're ready for. The gateway doesn't choose what comes through. If you have old wounds, negative beliefs, or hidden trauma, they might surface, not to hurt you, but to help you face them. That's why the ancients stayed quiet about this. Power needs guidance. So every activation should follow 3 basic rules. Stay grounded emotionally. You can't rise up if you're not firmly rooted. Before you explore new realities, make sure your body feels safe and steady, not like a battleground. Set a clear intention. The sacrum responds to your purpose. It's not a machine, it's a living altar. Moving it without knowing why is like lighting a fire in the dark, without knowing what you want. Be honest about your goal, whether it's healing, clarity, or insight, and the gateway will respond. Create a ritual space. The wise knew every gateway needs a container. Your space should feel sacred, even if it's simple. Remove distractions. Use personal items, stones, symbols, fire, water, to build a circle of energy that protects and focuses the power you're activating. This practice isn't just for spiritual seekers. It's for anyone ready to remember that the body isn't a prison for the soul, it's the door. The sacrum, that quiet, solid bone, is the hinge. When you move it with awareness, your soul doesn't go anywhere. It comes home. It returns to its origin, its true voice, its deep knowing, and you start to see with eyes that aren't just physical, hearing a world beneath the surface. Once you realize your body isn't just matter, but a living temple, your whole relationship with it changes. Things you did without thinking, walking, sitting, breathing, take on a new meaning. Life becomes less about just getting by, and more about truly being present in yourself, using every movement as a step toward awakening. If this idea resonates with you like a bell ringing inside, then it's time to do more than just listen. It's time to practice. Moving your sacrum isn't something only monks or mystics do in secret. It's a tool you can bring into your daily life, as long as you do it with intention, respect, and consistency. Below, I'll share 5 simple ways you can add this wisdom to your routine without turning your life upside down, but letting it change you from the inside out. First, create a daily sacred moment for yourself. You don't need a whole hour. Sometimes just 7 minutes right after you wake up or before you go to sleep is enough. Find a quiet spot, sit or stand up straight. Close your eyes and focus on your sacrum, the bone at the base of your spine. Breathe into that area, then start making gentle, circular, flowing movements with your pelvis. Don't overthink it, just feel it. Let this be your daily moment of peace, your time to connect with your body and soul. Second, try walking with sacral awareness. Imagine every step is like a drumbeat vibrating from your core. Walking can become a sacred practice if you pay attention to how your sacrum moves with each step. Walk slowly. Picture yourself drawing invisible patterns on the ground with your feet. This simple act can turn walking into a powerful way to connect with yourself. Third, listen to tribal or ancestral music and let your body respond naturally. Rhythms like shamanic drums are made to awaken your body's wisdom. When you listen and let your sacrum move freely, without forcing or thinking, you sync up with an ancient energy. Your body knows what to do once you give it permission. Fourth, use sacral movement before important moments, like public speaking, tough conversations, or big decisions. Just 5 minutes of gentle pelvic movement can help you center yourself, calm anxiety, and reconnect your instincts with your goals. It's a great way to align your energy before something important. Fifth, turn sacral movement into a moving meditation. Not everyone can sit still and meditate for a long time, and that's okay. Everyone has a body, and if your mind is busy, start by moving your body. Let your sacrum guide a meditation in motion. You can reach deep states without sitting still. Sometimes movement is the best way to find silence. Remember, your body is not a barrier to your spiritual growth. Your body is the oldest, most honest tool you have. The sacrum is its forgotten center. When you move it with respect, you become a dancer between worlds. You don't need to live alone or wait for a teacher. Your body is your teacher, your sacrum is the key, and your life is the temple. We've reached the end of this journey, but really, it's just the beginning. What you've learned, this deep, lived wisdom, isn't about ideas. It's about movement, presence, and living vibration. This isn't just another theory or practice to collect. It's a remembering of what's always been there, not because it's secret, but because the obvious is easy to overlook. The sacrum has been with you since day one. It was the first bone to form in your mother's womb. Your spine grew from it, and everything else grew from the spine. It's the foundation, the root, the sacred drum that sets the rhythm of your being. Many traditions call it the throne of the soul because consciousness rests there when silent and rises from there when ready to move. Think about the times you looked for answers in books, courses, or teachers, but something still felt missing. Maybe what you needed wasn't more information. It was becoming your body, living in your temple, and waking up that hidden door. That door isn't on some distant mountain or lost temple. It's inside you. It moves with you, and it's waiting. You might feel doubt. Your mind might want to explain it all away. You might wonder, is this real? To that part of you, just say, observe, try, feel. The truth of the body doesn't need defending. It shows itself through direct experience. Moving your sacrum with awareness doesn't just change your energy. It changes how you see the world. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop just surviving and start truly living. You stop running from yourself and begin to meet yourself. And that, my friend, is true awakening. This awakening doesn't come all at once. It comes through daily practice. Moving, feeling, falling, rising, breathing, dancing, until one day, without even realizing it, you're no longer searching for portals because you've become one. If this message speaks to you, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with others who are ready to remember. Every soul that wakes up helps wake many more. In a sleeping world, your movement could be the spark that lights up other memories. Thank you for walking this path with me, and always remember, your body isn't just the vehicle for your soul. It is the soul in action. When it moves with devotion, reality itself starts dancing with you.